Okay, so let's talk about something, all right? I know that I totally just blanked out. What just happened? This intro is going great. It's wonderful. Best intro I've ever done for any of my videos ever. What I was gonna say is I know that I have already had this whole plan for what I was going to read in March. And I had this list of books that I wanted to read, but something happened today. First of all, manga. Have you guys ever heard of it? It is a genre that's basically like Japanese comic books, okay? They're like graphic novels, they're filled with pictures. I have never ever read a manga in my entire existence, ever. But my coworker, and this is a different coworker from the one that forced me to read The Leftovers, okay? That is a different coworker than this one. This coworker actually let me borrow one of his books, specifically a manga, and it is a horror manga, and I'm so excited. It is called Uzumaki. Now, I want to explain something about manga. For those of you who might not know, there are two things that make manga different than normal books. The first one being that you don't read it like this. You don't open it like a normal book. You actually read it like this. Like this is the cover of the book, and this is the first page, and you flip it like so, right? And also, the way you read it, you don't read manga like a normal book. You actually read manga from right to left, not left to right. Anyway, so this is gonna take a lot to get used to, but I am so excited. And because there's like max 20 words on each page, it's like not gonna take me very long to read. Anyway, this is what's happening. This is what's going on. I'm super hype. I know nothing about this book, by the way, so I guess we'll all figure it out together. I also don't want this video to be spoilery, so I'm not gonna spoil anything for those of you who are worried about that. Oh my gosh, look how terrifying the spine is. Do you see this face? That is so scary. By the way, I'm very interested because horror books in general don't scare me because like in my imagination it doesn't really scare me, whereas if I was to watch a horror movie, that crap scares me so much. Like I love horror movies because they're so creepy, because like it incorporates images. I'm wondering if this is more scary than a normal book would be. Am I making any sense? I mean, it literally is midnight. Anyway, I'm just gonna start reading it and we are gonna see where this journey takes us. So I finished chapter 1 of Uzumaki. Found out more about this book, so I'll tell you the basic premise. Basically, it's about these two main characters, Suchi and Kiri, and they are boyfriend and girlfriend. At least I'm pretty sure they are. And they live in this small town that is off the coast of Japan, and Suchi actually believes that it is haunted. It's kind of weird because his father becomes obsessed with spirals, and like literally I can already tell that whatever creature this is, whatever is haunting this place, is obsessed with spirals, like something to do with spirals. They are very important to this story. But that is what I've gotten so far from this. So I'm gonna continue. Okay, so I said I wasn't going to binge read this book, but like I kind of lied. I'm almost halfway through it, and it's good, but I'm having a really hard time taking it seriously. So every chapter basically talks about a different way that this swirl kind of curses this town, like, and it affects people differently. And so like we have things like this, okay, but then we also wait, I have to find it, hold on, here it is. We also have things like this, where this poor boy has turned into a snail. Like what? The drawings themselves are creepy, and especially some more than others, but just the way that this swirl thing, which I don't even know yet what it really is, but it's funny. It's like, while I'm reading this, like, I should be scared, but I'm like giggling to myself just because I think the concepts are they're kind of humorous, okay? I'll admit. But I will say that I am enjoying myself. So there's that. I have so much energy right now. Like, rebels, Dutch rebels. Terrible. Terrible. Okay, so, I'm like 70% of the way through this thing. I read a lot yesterday. I read this much. I have to admit, like, I think I already said this last night, but like, it's not super scary. Like, the drawings themselves are creepy, but like, as a plot line, there's not really anything that like connects all these different events. Like, it's kind of all just like, oh, this town haunted by spirals, and these spirals do different things to people, yada yada yada. And it's more like body horror. So like, these things physically happen to these people. And like, body horror, it doesn't really scare me. It's more like it grosses me out. So this whole time I'm kind of just not that scared. The pictures and drawings are gorgeous though. Like, freaking creepy, but they are gorgeous. Like, I love it so much. I guess I'm just very interested to see how it ends, if it even explains like why all of these things are happening. Because if it never does that, then I would be quite concerned. But otherwise, it's doing a pretty good job. Can I rant for a little bit? The main character, okay, Kiri, she's too good for Suchi, her boyfriend, okay? Suchi, he freaking looks like a depressed Harry Potter all the time. He's right there. He's such a buzzkill. They're like, oh, let's try to escape. And he's like, no, it's no use. The spiral's all around us. Excuse me, sir. How about you, like, not kill the mood? Ugh, sorry. He just makes me very upset. And that's all. Oh my gosh. So, I finished Uzumaki. The ending is so abrupt. Like, it just stops. And you never find out what these spirals are. Like, why is this town? Why this specific town? Why everything? Why spirals? Why spirals? I don't know. I'm just left wanting more. Which I guess is like a good thing. Kind of. Overall, I enjoyed my experience. Like, the plot line is kind of like not there, but the drawings are really pretty. And it was funny. Which I guess it wasn't trying to be funny, but it was. I think I'm gonna give this book 4 stars. 4 out of 5 stars. I had fun while reading this book, you know? And I feel like that's what matters for me anyway. If I have fun reading it, and if I enjoy myself while I'm reading it, then that's what matters. I don't want to read books that I'm not having fun reading. Like, that's why I read, because it's fun for me. And this was fun to read, even though the plotline kind of sucked, and so did the horror elements, and it was a little cheesy, but like, I had fun. Anyways, like, that's it. I read Uzumaki, my first ever manga, and I enjoyed it. I definitely want to pick up another manga soon, actually, so comment down below some good mangas that you recommend if this is a genre that you read a lot of. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all. Please be safe, make good choices, and I'll see you next time. Bye!